Hi, I'm Dr. Mark, and I'm going to help you sing and perform more like the top artists around the world. I'm a professional voice teacher, performance coach, and opera stage director. I've helped thousands of singers around the world learn the techniques and methods that got the top singers to where they are. Let's talk about what makes Billie Eilish and Alicia Keys singing Ocean Eyes so awesome. Here we go.
I mean, I didn't bring this thing here for nothing. I'm opening it up. You know what we need? We need some dramatic lighting. Dramatic, that's right. All right.
I've been watching you for some time. Can't stop staring at those ocean eyes. Burning cities and napalm skies. 15 flares inside those ocean eyes. Your ocean eyes and nothing.
Upper two smile, you seen it? Both of them? It's a thing. Check it out. Try it. See what it does for you. Now, the key here is video yourself actually singing, because half the time you're going to notice either that is like too much and like the bottom teeth are coming along for the ride, or you're not doing it as much as you think you are. But try to match a video of you singing to a video of them singing and see if you can get that same kind of upper two smile look. Really what it's going to be for you is it's whatever your natural toothy smile is, it's really close to that. But you'll notice that that's what's going on here. That said, so far, it's just gorgeous, right? I mean, they're just being gentle and easy with it, vulnerable, authentic. Are you seeing anything that looks tight, tense, pushing you away, distracting you? No. They're just two people being real in this moment and having a good time. Not a good time like laughing, ha ha, but a good time at just being real people. And that's awesome.
I've been walking through a world gone blind. Can't stop thinking of your diamond mind. Careful creatures made friends with time. He left her lonely with a diamond mind.
Okay, so the other reason this upper two smile is so important in this moment, this song, is because both of them are taking the placement really far back and really aspirate. If they didn't have that upper two smile, it would start getting heavy, tight, uncomfortable, and start sounding a little too weak and swallowed. And we'd really lose the text as well. So the temptation is, if we pull it back and get a breath used, to really kind of let this lower lip close over this and to kind of let it really mute it and get it quiet that way. Nah. You got to balance that out. This pulling back, this breathiness, this softness with this uncovering of the piano, as it were. This ability to lift here, keep these teeth exposed so that sound stays really present and easy at the same time as allowing it to be breathy in the back. And that's what we're seeing here. Awesome.
I'm scared. I've never fallen quite this high, falling into your ocean eyes. No fear. You really know how to make me cry when you give me those ocean eyes. I'm scared.
Okay, so what I'm hearing here too is I'm hearing moments where I would guess if they went back and watched their video, they'd be like, oh, that wasn't exactly what I wanted. Oh, that wasn't perfect. This isn't exactly what I meant to do here. I didn't mean to take a breath there. I just ran out earlier than expected, and on and on. If you get the chance to talk to performers, and you'll realize that they're some of the most self-critical people on the earth, or at least they can be. They have to learn over time to be able to just let it go. The problem with being super self-critical, especially as we perform, is it's actually those little inconsistencies, those little moments where we take a breath in a slightly strange place, or there's a little bit of imperfection here or there, that keeps our interest and makes it seem genuine, authentic, and real. Now, obviously, we don't want those all over the place, and we don't want them to be blatant and to be like, wow, that was really a mistake. But you'll notice if they stay engaged in the moment, and if they're really just caring about communicating, then it doesn't read like a mistake. It just reads like they had an emotion and needed to take a little breath, just like we do between sobs or whatever it happens to be. If it's tied to the emotion of the moment, which it will be, if you, the performer, are engaged in the emotion and the storytelling, then we'll be in awesome shape.
Never falling from quite this high, falling into those ocean eyes, those ocean eyes. I've been watching you for some time, can't stop staring at those ocean eyes.
Okay, 2 more things. 1, why at the beginning she's like, we need some dramatic lighting here? Who cares? Why does it matter, right? No, obviously we do care. Lighting does make a huge difference. We respond really strongly to color. It draws our focus in. It helps us pay attention to what's going on. It gives us the mood. There's a whole lot of things that go on with just the lighting. So does it matter? Yes. Is it the most important thing? Could they have done an equally stunning performance without the added lighting? Yeah, they could have. But if they could manage having that there, why not? It's that much more engaging. So really cool. So I want you to pay attention to when it goes from this look that we finish on and that we have at the start to then the blues and purple kind of feeling back to this. What is the emotional change? What's the response? Because as you're watching just the lighting and you start watching performer after performer, your brain is going to start to think of the look that you imagine going with the song that you're singing. And whether those lights are there or not, if they're in your mind and you're singing that way as a performer and can see it in your mind, it's going to help you stay engaged in that moment in that song. The other thing that I want to point out here is that they weren't doing a ton. They're just sitting there, right? She's sitting at the piano, and then Billie Eilish is sitting on the edge of the couch. Are they doing a lot of big gestures? No, it's pretty much all face work. Were you bored? I mean, I wasn't. Granted, we have camera that's giving us different angles and different perspectives, and that creates interest, true. But there's not a bunch of different lighting or big movements. So what is it that's captivating? It's captivating because they're being genuine and authentic. We see that they mean what they're saying in their face and in their eyes because it's moving, it's nuanced, it's not static or rigid or plastered on. It matches what they're saying and what the music is doing. Now, is part of it technique? Yeah, what's going on with the smile? It's there, but it's technique that enhances the visual performance as well and doesn't distract from it. So we can watch it and love it and be engaged by it. The other thing that's huge that allows us to engage is they're both comfortable. They both look so comfortable up there. Not comfortable just buds hanging out, but comfortable in sharing this mutual imaginary moment that the song is calling up. Now, they might be thinking of real moments, but still in the moment of that they're singing, there's got to be a lot of other things that are going on in this imaginary world around them. And for some people, that might just be they're feeling certain emotions that go along with this. But inevitably for most, even if it's just emotion-based, our mind will start throwing images and thoughts and imaginary things at us just like it does when we dream. Other tricky points that I want to point out, I have a student that's working on this right now, so it's kind of on my mind of some of the tricky parts of this song. O of Ocean has the tendency to pull the placement back and have a swallow because it covers our teeth and get really heavy, tight, and uncomfortable. The way to overcome that is to say ashen. Let's try it. Ashen. And then wrap your lips around that of ashen. Ocean. Ocean eyes. Instead of ocean eyes. Because otherwise it sounds back and shen brings us forward and eyes pulls a lot of people back. It doesn't have to, but it will. We want to keep that forward, upper tooth smile, ass space in the back, even if we're pulling the placement back in this middle higher range, and that's going to help it stay present and forward. There's also some E vowels in here that are tricky. What you want to be aware of is that that tongue in the front it's going to feel like you're pushing your tongue forward, and also that it's staying flat along the sides and not getting narrow along the sides. You can do that by looking into the mirror and just taking your tongue and looking at it and go, ay, 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 and you're just pushing that tongue forward. You don't want it to come up and back like when you say the word king. It's closer to when you say the word pizza, right? So feel the middle of that tongue come up with pizza. That's more what we're looking for. And it's even further forward with that, especially as we get up into those higher places and you have to open up that a little bit more so that we still hear that clean, clear E sound. But by keeping it forward, it's not blocking off that resonant space or the airflow, and it's keeping things moving really clean and clear and keeping the sound consistent too. So those are some of the big parts there. The third big challenge in here is making sure you're staying really consistent up to that high note and you're not pushing it here. You'll notice here, they were keeping that airflow so steady, so consistent. It was stellar in how consistent they were and how they were not pushing that high note. There are two great ways to do that and to be practicing that. One is on a Z sound. You'll notice as I just did it, there's a little bit of a pulse in there. That's not what we want. We want nice and clean. That was a little bit better. And we also don't want it to turn into an S. That's going to help us keep it consistent. The other, and my favorite way, as those of you who watch my video know, my favorite way to go about this, as those of you who have watched my other videos know, is to use a straw. This is an oovostraw. It's awesome. They made it into like this jewelry piece that's permanent, so you don't have to buy the plastic ones and keep chucking away plastic and destroying the world. And they're really cool. I love the necklace on it because it makes it so I don't lose it. I'm not trying to give a commercial here, but it's really cool. So how we use this straw is we just sing through it. The key to this is first is blowing through it and establishing a baseline so you know the amount of air that you should be using as you're singing. So I'm just going to blow through it. And I'm looking for getting this air going as fast as I can. I should hear a little hiss through it until I start feeling a little bit of pressure build up behind it. And that's about the right airflow. It should be relatively fast coming out here, but it should feel like you're using a lot less quantity of air than you probably usually use, but that it's going nice and fast. And then I'm going to sing through it, trying to keep that same amount of air. Right? And I'm putting my hand in front of it so I can feel if it pulses or changes or if the airflow doesn't stay consistent, and keep working with the straw until you can get that nice and consistent. If you do, you're going to find that it will take a lot of effort as you go up to these high notes not to want to push behind it. But if you don't and you keep that airflow steady, you're going to find that there's a lot of other higher notes in your voice than you ever thought were there, and that they can come out a lot easier, and that your transition from your lower notes to your higher notes becomes a lot more smooth. So check it out today. Check out the oovostraws. There's a lot of different options. You can also go on Amazon and just get some plastic stir straws. I think you can get like 1,000 for $6. And I use those a lot with students too, because I don't want to share my oovostraw because that's just kind of gross. But check it out. Try it out today. I think you're going to see that it makes a lot of difference for you. If you want a voice lesson or performance coaching, or want me to work with you or your group to help you sing easier, perform at a consistently higher level, or you just want to feel more confident singing at the karaoke bar or singing with your friends or family, or you just want to figure out what this is all about and appreciate these singers even better, you can book a time with me at mrperformingartstudio.com. You can also get in contact with me through wizio.com. You can send me little clips or questions or things through that. And I hope to hear what you think, what you learned from them, what you enjoyed down below in your comments. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time and to working with you online.